Hello and welcome to another episode of the Enthusiast Experiment. I'm your host Mike, and today we're taking a look at another pencil. Let's get into it, shall we? Perfect. Set this aside. Alright, and today, taking a look at another yellow pencil. This one a little more famous than some. Get it to come around here. There we go. The USA Dixon Ticonderoga 1388. So this is the 2H or 4, so the extra hard. But you might see something a little bit special here, at least compared to the current Dixon Ticonderogas on the market. So I normally probably wouldn't pick up such a hard pencil, but I did come across these, and as you guys know, I like to show off the packaging when I have it. So this is a number 4 extra hard, but this is one of the few remaining made in America Ticonderogas, so I had to pick it up. I actually found it in a university bookstore when I was visiting some friends on the East Coast, and they were all looking at me like I was crazy rummaging through university bookstore pencils. But hey man, when you find some USA Ticonderogas, you got to pick them up. So there's a look at the packaging. Let's get into the pencil. Get my notebook here, flip it the right side up, and let's get into it. So this is the Ticonderoga number 4 or 2H. The lead is a number 4 2H lead. They claim real wood. Again, I only like to put what is confirmed, and that is what they stated, so that is what I'm putting. You can see there, takes a point really nicely. It is a hexagonal yellow with green foil stamping that you've come to expect, know, and love from Dixon. You can see there. And also the green and yellow ferrule, the iconic with the pink eraser. I paid $3.99 for these. However, they are no longer available, obviously, except if you find it in like a circumstance like I did, or secondhand, sites like eBay. I also would like to point out it is a little bit of a softer hex. Maybe you can see there. So very comfortable in the hand. And origin in the USA, yay! Rare to find Ticonderogas still made in the USA, so that's awesome. Or they no longer are. So with the erase test, just laid down a thick or as dark of a line that I could, and used the included eraser to erase half of it here. The smudge test, just wrote the word test and tried to smudge it with my thumb. And then the shading, just tried to get as dark as I could from this lead and get a little bit on the lighter side as well. Your results may vary, obviously, but these are mine. And one thing I love is the history. So really, really cool, again, to be able to find this pencil or any pencils made by Ticonderoga that were still manufactured in the United States of America. Just really cool to own a little piece of history like that. The erase test did fairly well for the erasers being a little bit, they are still pretty, you can kind of see there, has a little flex to it, so it's not like completely dried out or anything. But, you know, being a harder lead, sometimes it kind of really digs into the paper and it makes it a little bit harder to erase. Not too bad with these. The smudge test was excellent, again, as you would probably expect from a little bit of a harder pencil. The comfy hex, as I pointed out a little bit earlier, it is a joy to hold, as it's not too sharp of a hex. The centered core, again, took a point very well. You can see, I mean, perfectly centered. That's always a pleasure when you sharpen a pencil for the first time and you don't have any wonky sides or anything like that. So it's the little things, guys. The point retention was also really, really good. Again, as you would probably expect from, you know, a number 4 pencil. And it was actually pretty smooth for a 2H or a 4 as well. So I was kind of impressed by the graphite used in the pencil, even though it is that harder, lighter graphite, still wrote fairly smooth. No longer made is obviously a con, and the shade test. So if you don't mind having less tonal range, this is a great pencil. And I actually think for the hardness, it still lays down a decently dark line. Obviously, it's not anything like a Palomino or, you know, Black Wings, anything like that. But for number 4, I think it did a pretty good job. So let's get into our big notebook here. And see how it compares to the others. And you can definitely see right away how much lighter that is comparatively. So even up here, you can see some of these darker guys, and then much lighter. And especially when you get it on the paper next to some of these other HBs, it definitely looks extremely light. But I can assure you, in person it is definitely lighter compared to these. But when it's writing by itself, it's not too bad, especially for being that lighter side. But still cool to have a piece of American history. I appreciate you guys swinging by today. I would also appreciate it if you liked, shared, and subscribed down below so we can grow this channel together. Thank you so much for watching, and let's talk again soon.